Good evening, everyone. Here, let me adjust my little camera here for you. There we go. It's the soft glow of the nostalgia tree behind me, and this is the last evening to enjoy that soft glow. We thought, you know what? It's time. It's time for the tree to go away. So tomorrow, the nostalgia tree will be coming down. Hello, Samantha. Thank you for joining. It's a late edition of the Daily Dose of Disney today. Hope you've all had a good day. My voice is starting to come back. I'm still not feeling 100%. I had a massive headache today, but now it's starting to feel a little better. So that's a good thing. But I hope you've all had a good day. Yeah, it's a day where not much has happened. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know what? I really am starting to feel better. Finally, I think I really hit the bottom of the I'm in the valley now. I'm going back uphill. Hello, Mar. Oh, thank you. I am starting to feel a little better. Yeah, you know what, Samantha, that pasta did look good. um anyway, it's Friday, January 17th, and it is 344 days until Christmas. Queen Harriet, hello there. Yeah, you know what? I probably will be getting a lot of rest this weekend. That's the plan. But it's been a challenging week, but illness always does that. But you know, things will get better. So yeah, you like the PTV here on the tree right behind me? I like that. Um, and then the candle right over here. Doug loves blow molds, so we have this. We don't stick them outside. We actually enjoy them inside, so we can see them all day, all season long. Um, it's January 17th, and I thought I'd start it off by wishing a very special someone a very happy birthday, and that's Betty White. She, of course, was Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls. That was a Disney produced show. And she also did a voice in Toy Story 4. She played um, a character by the name of Bitey White. It was a little toy tiger. So yeah, but of course, her real mark of fame in the world of Disney is being Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls, Miss Saint Olaf herself. Doug and I watched a couple of episodes of The Golden Girls today to celebrate Betty White's 98th birthday. 98, she was born in 1922. So happy birthday to Betty White. And then we can move on forward to 1962. You know what, Queen Harriet? I'm not sure if she was ever on Bob Newhart. I do not recall that. See the house. No, Stacy, don't recall that I did see that one, but I'm gonna go back now on Instagram and take a look at that. She was definitely on Mary Tyler Moore. Sue Ann Nivens. We actually, sometimes when we clean the villa, we call it pulling a Sue Ann Nivens. We start at 12 o'clock and move around the house like it was a big clock. So that was one of the first things Sue Ann Nivens ever said on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. It was an episode called The Lars Affair, where she was having an affair with Phyllis Lindstrom's husband, Lars. Yeah, I was a big Mary Tyler Moore fan, so I loved that episode. So in 1962, on this day, construction began at Disneyland on a new attraction, the Swiss Family Treehouse. They started building it on this day in 1962. I always like talking about the ones when they have new attractions being built or things opening. Like in 1985, on this day, the 3D film Magic Journeys. That started at Epcot. They began running it in Disneyland. The next summer of '83, it ran. And oh, Mar, you know what? I would love to have a little toy soldier like that too, because I love the blow molds myself. The candle's really nice. So in 1985, Magic Journeys, the film, opened at Tokyo Disneyland. So that was that. And then in 1996, 11 years later, on this day, although it had been open since October, they had the official grand opening of the Vero Beach Resort. So pretty cool. Betty White was never on Bob Newhart, but she was on an episode of WWE Raw. Oh my goodness. I bet she took someone down in that episode of Raw, too. She was very good about that. So in 1997, this is kind of interesting. The Department of Justice and the Walt Disney Company signed an agreement under the Americans with Disabilities Act to ensure services to people who are deaf or hard of hearing at Walt Disney World attractions. That's pretty cool. I like those much better than the yard inflatables or 2Ds with lights. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you on that. I really do like the blow molds. The inflatables, they don't look great during the day. You know, when they're deflated, they just look like pieces of fabric on the lawn, because essentially that's what they are. The official opening for the general public is now real at 2003 at California Adventure. Aladdin, a musical spectacular, opened at the Hyperion Theater officially to the public. The public today, on this day in 2003, were able to start seeing that show, and it ran until early 2016 when it was replaced by Frozen. Let's see, what else did I have here in my notes? Oh, in 2007, they made an announcement. We have a few houses around here that go all out with inflatables next year. I would do a video. Love to see it, Stacy. I would love to see that. In 2007, on this day, they announced at Beauty and the Beast would be leaving the Lunt-Fontanne. Queen Harriet, you know what? The Aladdin show is very cute. I loved it. It was very well done. Very well done. So yeah, maybe they will bring it back. But the Lunt-Fontanne is the theater where Beauty and the Beast had been playing for a long time. They said it's gonna close and open at a new theater because they were vacating the Lunt-Fontanne so they could bring a new Disney production to Broadway, and that production was going to be The Little Mermaid. And Doug and Ben and I and my mom, the four of us all saw The Little Mermaid on Broadway in 2008. It was a cute show. We thought it was very well done. The last thing that I had here, no, not last thing. Last thing in history, and then I'll talk about today. 2019, last year, Disneyland, Sleeping Beauty Castle was closed so that it could go through renovation, and it went through a major renovation. They put up scaffolding and the tarps and everything. They covered it up really well so that it would undergo a complete paint job and redo. They fixed a lot of the exterior. It looked so much better. In fact, it even just really shimmered in the sunshine of Orange County. So it was really beautifully done. It reopened in May of last year, but it was not an easy job. They had a lot of work to do because it had been neglected for several years. So they fixed it up, and it's just looking spectacular now. And then finally today, a couple of attractions opened today. What would you say opened today? Well, there's a movie out in Epcot in the land. It replaces the Circle of Life in the land. That was a movie that starred Simba and Pumbaa and Timon. They talked about ecology and saving the planet through conservation. And it was actually a very cute film. But it closed a couple years ago or so, and they hadn't replaced it until today when they opened a new movie that is narrated by Ty Burrell of Modern Family. The movie is called Awesome Planet. So Jim of More Sunshine Please was there. I saw a picture of him on Instagram with that. So he's also clean shaven, by the way. And the next time you happen to see More sunshine, please. Tell him that Arnie thought that he's very good with a clean-shaven look. Neglect usually requires more work. That is very true, Mar. Very true. And then finally, the last item that I have to mention today is the fact that Star Wars Rise of the Resistance opened officially at Disneyland today. I've not heard any of the reports about any downtime or whatever like that, but what I did see was the picture that I posted for the thumbnail for this video, and that is a huge crowd on Main Street. They started getting people there at 6 o'clock. So lots of people going through the gate. Everyone wanted to be on that first day for Rise of the Resistance, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. A channel name by the name of Kidult were there. Richard, the Orlando guy. Hey, howdy, hey. How you doing? Good to have you here. So Rise of the Resistance officially opened today. And like I was telling you, Kidult TV, they have a channel, and we've met up with them at Disneyland before. They did Rise of the Resistance today. They were in boarding group 72. But apparently all the boarding passes were pretty much distributed within 10 minutes of the park opening. So that's pretty significant, 10 minutes. So I'm thinking if we're gonna go see Rise of the Resistance, we gotta make sure we are there at Rope Drop and get in there and order our passes for Rise of the Resistance immediately, because it's a virtual queue ride. So let's see how long that virtual queue thing goes. It could go on for years. Possibly so. That's about all I have for tonight's edition of the Daily Dose. I really appreciate everyone hanging out like this. I know it's a late evening, but thank you so much for joining me on this Friday night. I think I'm gonna go do a little cleanup and get in bed myself, because I've got to take down the nostalgia tree tomorrow. It's gonna be a big deal. It's a big job. So everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this edition of the Daily Dose. And by the way, if you hadn't checked it out yet, Ben dropped a video yesterday for Life with Ben, where he talks about mystery bags from Trader Joe's. Yeah, Mar, it is after midnight. Some of you out there, it is after midnight. For me, it's a little after 10 o'clock here on the West Coast. So go enjoy your evening. Everyone have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. And as I always close these, as always, as I close these shows, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye, everyone.